Hello everyone, welcome to Nerdy Bookarazzi and I'm Meenu. So today what I'm going to tell is I'm going to talk about the book haul that I did very recently. So I did this book haul with Book Chor's Lock the Box event. If you are someone who is hearing these two words for the first time, I'll tell you what it is. So Book Chor is an online platform where you can buy books, mostly used books. So I particularly love buying old books because they have this kind of aura and this energy, this pre-loved energy, which I love so much. So that's why I always love buying books from Bookchore. It feels kind of very personal thing. So yeah, Bookchore actually hosts this event called Lock the Box, so which is more or less like a book fair where you have to go and buy boxes. So you'll be only paying for box and you can get as many books as you want, which you are able to fit into that particular box. So that is what this event is all about. They'll be providing you with three boxes. So one is a very basic box which costs around 999 rupees, and the second box is the interim box, which is around 1500, and the third box is some 2500 rupees. So that is where I actually purchased this book haul. But this thing has always been an offline event, but this year, because of pandemic, they have changed it into online. So that is how I got the opportunity to buy all these books, because it usually happens only in the most important cities of India, and I'm not in those important cities. In my state it happens in Chennai, so which is like 350 kilometers away from my city. So I have never been a part of this event, but due to this online thing I was able to buy my books. So I got two boxes this time, so I'll show you what are the books I bought in this book haul. So these are the box that I bought. So the first one is the basic box and the second one is the interim box. So the first one is, as I told you, 999 rupees. The second one is 1500 rupees. So let us see what are the books I actually bought. Okay, during this book haul, I got myself a hell lot of books of Nicholas Sparks, because Nicholas Sparks has always been one of my very favorite romance writers, because the way he writes romance is kind of really very wonderful. I love it so much because it's not very conventional. It always talks about love in a much deeper sense. It's very genuine, it's very pure, and that's the thing I love about Nicholas Sparks. So this is the first book of Nicholas Sparks that I bought during this book haul. So it's called Message in a Bottle. So I've always come across this book. The total idea of the book is something very interesting. I have read the blurb but have never got the opportunity to read this book, so that's why I bought this book. So the next book is The Longest Ride. So this cover looks really very amazing, and that's one of the reasons why I bought this. And this is also one such book, 2 by 2. So I read the blurb and I loved the cover. I know Nicholas Sparks will be doing a very amazing job. The next book is Safe Haven, and yeah, I have heard a lot of good things about this book and I think it's one of his favorites. So yeah, I wanted to try it. Okay, yeah. So this is my most favorite book by Nicholas Sparks, because I think I read this book around some 5 to 6 years ago, and I would say I completely loved it. I loved it so very much because I love the plot, the way the story moved forward, and everything about this book. And I've also watched this movie only after reading the book, of course. But I wouldn't say I love the movie so much. I did liked it, but books are always better. But one thing I did really love about this book was Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. So that's why I love this movie as well as the book. And the next book is Dio John. I know you might have come across it, so I don't need to tell a lot about it. My next favorite author is, Sophie Kinsella. I love her way of writing. I love her storytelling. I love the humor which she adds into it. I love everything about Sophie Kinsella. So Sophie Kinsella is someone, is the first author who literally made me laugh out loud, because I did not know that reading a book could make you, laugh out loud this much. So that was a new experience for me. I have read around 5 to 6 books of Sophie Kinsella and I completely love her. So this book is called Shopaholic and Sister. So this is the fourth book in Shopaholic series. Yeah, I have read all the first 3 books and I completely loved it, and that's why I bought this book. And I've also bought this next book in the series, so which is called Shopaholic and Baby. So this is the 5th book in the series. Yeah, this is about, you know, Becky giving birth to a child and how messy things can get. So yeah, I know I'm going to love this book. So the next book is, I think it's a standalone, or I'm not very sure about it, but it's not related to Shopaholic series. It's also by Sophie Kinsella. Yeah, I know I'm going to love this book. Next book is Into the Waters by Paula Hawkins. So we all know how good The Girl on the Train was. I absolutely loved that book. I had very good experience reading that book. So that is why I decided to buy this book, and everyone I knew of was reading this book, and I hope it will be as good as The Girl on the Train. Yeah. The next book is Dan Brown's Origin. So I started reading in the first place because of authors like Dan Brown. I absolutely love Dan Brown. He's like the god of thrillers, and I have read all the books by Dan Brown except this book. It's the newly launched book. I mean, by new, it means it got released some 1 or 2 years back, and I couldn't able to buy this book because of the hefty price, because we all know how costly Dan Brown books can be. So I was waiting for a good deal, and I got it during this Lock the Box event. Yeah, I'm excited to read this as well. The next book is The Last Englishman, Love, War, and the End of Empire. So this is a story about the British Empire in India and about, you know, the end of the empire, I guess. This story takes place in the backdrop of war. I particularly love stories which are written based upon wars, so that's why I picked up this book. The First Lady by James Patterson is the next book in the series. So I basically love stories that revolves around, you know, politics, White House, First Lady, the President, because these kind of books are really very, you know, energetic and very, you know, fast moving. So that's why I selected this book, and I guess it'll be really nice because I've read another book called The Second Lady. It was written by Edwin Ballas, and that's one of my family's favorite books. So I guess this First Lady will be as good as The Second Lady as well. The next book is Jeffrey Archer's Sons of Fortune. So I luckily got the hardcover of this book. I love hardcovers, but yeah, it's quite costly and it's not also handy, but it's very good, you know, when you fit it in your bookshelf. So yeah, I read this Blob and it was very, very interesting. It's about 2 brothers who do not know that they are brothers. I think one is a lawyer and another one is a politician. So it's about how they, like, you know, they meet each other and how one has to defend the other without knowing that they are brothers. So it sounded very interesting, and I love Jeffrey Archer a lot because I have read 2 amazing books by Jeffrey Archer. One is False Impression, and the second one was The Prodigal Daughter. So I guess it will be as good as that. Next book is Shantaram. So I bought this book because it's one of Sushant's very favorite books. So he has talked about that book on his book club, which is called Intoxilectual. So that is why I wanted to buy this book, and I'm planning to read all his favorites. So I think it'll be a start. Next book is And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. So I have read The Thousand Splendid Suns by the author and I loved it. So who does not love Khaled Hosseini's writing? So I literally wanted to read all his remaining books, and that's why I bought this book. And also I bought The Kite Runner. So I have been meaning to buy this book for a very long time, and I got the opportunity through this Lock the Box event, and the books are in a really very good condition, as you can see. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Next book would be Love Knows No LOC. So it's a love between India and Pakistan. So yeah, I literally love this kind of stories. And yeah, it's written by Arpit Vagheria. So I guess it will be really nice. I hope this book will do justice to the vibe it gives. Next is Anuja Chandramauli's Mohammed bin Tughlaq. So we have always thought to be like this guy is a very bad guy throughout our histories, but I always love to know the other side of the story. I'm very much interested in knowing the other side of the story because we all know the victor side of the story, but we do not know about the other side. So I always love villains and I wanted to know other side, and this book says that this guy is a good person and I want to know why. So that's why I selected this book. The next book is bestseller. So yeah, a lot of people I know were talking about this bestseller, and this bestseller was obviously a bestseller, and I wanted to know about this book and I read the blurb. It's about a publishing house. How does that work? So being a book lover, we definitely would love to read books that happens on publishing agencies. So we need to know about those kind of stories as well. So that's why I selected this book. So the next book is Once Upon a Curfew by Shrishti Chaudhary. So yeah, I love this cover, it looks so very beautiful, and look at the title. Yeah. So it felt very relevant for today's world that we are living now. So that's why I picked up this book and I've been eyeing it for quite some time. Last and the final book on my book haul is Beauty of the Moment. So this book is written by the very famous author of the book called A Girl Like That. So I have always been getting good reviews about this book, so that's why I also bought that book, but I didn't start reading it. So I was very sure that this book will also be very nice, so that's why I selected this book. So I hope it'll be nice. So that's it. So I have bought around 24 books for around just 3,000 rupees, and I think it's totally worth all the money. So when I was booking these books, what happened was Chor also told me how much these books actually cost. So I think all these books that I've bought were around 12,000 rupees, which I got only for 3,000, and I guess that's the best deal you could find anywhere. So thank you so much for watching, and if you are someone from Karnataka, then you can make use of this Lock the Box event, which is going to happen in the end of this month. So make use and buy as many books as possible. So thank you so much for watching this video. So if you are a bookworm and you are interested in watching a lot of book related videos, then stay tuned because I will be updating a lot more bookish videos in real soon. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye.